Welcome to this video where we will explore the relationship between movies and the human condition. Films are often considered a mirror of society, but do they truly reflect our human condition? And if so, how can we interpret it? First, let's examine how movies represent our human condition. Films can cover a wide range of topics, from love and loss to war and violence to politics and social conflicts. As such, they can offer perspectives on different aspects of human life. Movie characters can represent universal archetypes such as the lover, the hero, the villain, or the wise one. These characters and the situations they go through can be reflections of our own experiences, desires, and fears. Thus, movies can offer an understanding of the human condition that can be shared by viewers from different cultures. However, it is important to recognize that movies are not an exact representation of reality, but rather a cultural construct. The stories that movies tell are influenced by the norms and values of the society in which they were created. Thus, movies can reflect the concerns and questions of their time. But they can also be biased and reflect cultural stereotypes and prejudices. Movies can also be designed to be spectacular and entertaining, rather than reflecting everyday life. To illustrate our point, let's take the example of the movie Life is Beautiful by Roberto Benigni. Life is Beautiful is an Italian movie directed by Roberto Begnigni and released in 1997. It tells the story of Guido, an Italian Jew who is deported with his family to a Nazi concentration camp during World War II. To protect his son from the frightening reality of the situation, Guido pretends that everything is just a game and strives to maintain a joyful atmosphere despite the terrible living conditions in the camp. The character of Guido can be seen as a representation of the human capacity to overcome the most difficult trials and to find beauty and hope, even in the darkest situations. The movie also suggests that love and compassion are powerful forces that can transcend the boundaries of race, religion, and culture. The very title of the movie, Life is Beautiful, is a positive affirmation of life and humanity, despite all the suffering and tragedies we face. It is an invitation to find beauty in the simplest moments and to appreciate every moment of our existence, even in the most difficult circumstances. In short, Life is Beautiful is a movie that perfectly embodies the ability of cinematographic art to explore the human condition in all its complexities and to invite us to reflect on our own existence and our place in the world. Another example is the movie American Beauty by Sam Mendes, which explores the themes of alienation, beauty, and truth. The movie follows the character of Lester Burnham, a middle-aged man who, after reaching a dead end in his life, decides to radically change his existence. He discovers beauty in the simple things of life and ends up finding new meaning to his existence. The movie raises deep questions about what is important in life and how society can alienate us from our true aspirations. It also shows the consequences of an obsessive quest for beauty and success. The movie won 5 Oscars and is considered one of the best movies of the 1990s. This brings us to the question of how to interpret movies as a reflection of our human condition. The interpretation of a movie can vary depending on the experiences and perspectives of each viewer. Movies can be understood at different levels, from simple entertainment to a deep philosophical reflection. Films can offer ideas, questions, and commentary on human life. But it is up to us as viewers to decide what we take away from these stories. We can be inspired by the energy, passion, and determination of film characters, but we can also challenge the preconceived ideas and stereotypes that movies may convey. In conclusion, films have the power to reflect our human condition by exploring universal themes such as love, fear, hope, death, identity, and many others. They can help us better understand ourselves, others, and the world around us. By exposing us to different perspectives and raising difficult questions, films invite us to reflect on our own existence and deepen our understanding of life. They remind us that the human condition is full of contradictions and nuances, but that it is precisely this complexity that makes life so rich and fascinating. Ultimately, films can offer us a deep emotional and intellectual experience, allowing us to explore our own humanity and connect with others. They can inspire us, make us think, and help us grow as individuals. Films are thus a reflection of our human condition, and their impact on our lives can be profound and long-lasting. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. Feel free to share your thought in the comment and subscribe